All right, guys, let's get this party started. Let's get away from some of the silly goosery, and let's get into something fun. This is an Atozy video called "This Lawsuit Just Ruined Sssniperwolf's Life." Now, I don't know what the lawsuit is, but I'm sure it didn't ruin anything. But I'm still curious of what's going on. Let's see what we got.
Sssniperwolf has been brought up a lot in regards to her content over the last couple of years. The most recent situation.
Yeah, and to me, the only thing that I think is an issue with Sssniperwolf is that she should just credit the original people that she talks about. Outside of that, I don't really think it's an issue, personally.
Being her feud with Jax Films. And while that turned into quite the
And let's be honest, Jax Films is using the Sssniperwolf situation as an excuse to make reaction content because he's low effort and he makes lots of money on it, and he pretends that he's doing it like ironically, but he's not. Like he's found the loophole to doing reaction content without getting criticism for doing reaction content, and that's just to react to her. So let's be, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying he's bad. I'm just saying, like, let's not pretend that he's like a hero. He's doing the same thing as Sssniperwolf. He's doing it too.
Entertaining feud. There's been legal trouble for Sssniperwolf brewing in the background in regards to her YouTube channel and apparent marriage with a guy named Evan, but he's known as Sausage. And what's interesting about all of this is it actually confirms everyone's speculations dating back to 2014. Because throughout Sssniperwolf's entire career, she's just been getting into controversy after controversy. And every time
yeah, I remember the one that really bothered me was that whole thing with the kid where she mentioned she would like talk to that young girl that was like unfortunately had terminal cancer, and then she was dodging her because it was Christmas, and she was too busy to go sit in her car for a half an hour and talk to this kid that she promised to talk to. If she didn't make the promise, it's a different story. I understand that you can't make promises to every single person that reaches out to you, especially when you're as big as Sssniperwolf, but if you're gonna make a promise, man, especially since like she passed very quickly after they had talked, and the only reason that she did anything is because of the backlash. That one's like particularly shitty. We sit here and talk about like internet drama stuff every day. That's probably one of like the worst things. You know what I mean? Like that's just so horrible. Like what a terrible thing.
her past behavior was brought up, she essentially just deflects and denies it all, with the two early situations that were pretty big being the original YouTube channel of hers that was apparently called Sexy Sniper, and then the other one where she faked her gameplay, which was a big deal back in the heyday of the Call of Duty community because a large contributor to her early rise was, oh, woman play video game very well. Very nice, subscribe. And
based. Very based. Did she actually
Fox Allison super chatted $4.99. I'd love your take on the Santa Cruz live stream. He's another deep dive lol cow.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. Can you reference a video to me? Just give me like a something. I don't know who that is.
Plenty of massive Call of Duty YouTubers called her out on this, and to pretty much no one's surprise, she denied it, even though it was very obvious. So I guess she's just been reacting to
Was it obvious?
To pretty much no one's surprise, she denied it, even though it was very obvious.
I don't know if that's obvious to me. I guess that's like a thing that controller nerds will be like, oh, wow, that makes so much sense. But controllers are for stinky boys, so, you know, I don't care.
So I guess she's just been reacting to content her entire career, but at least made it obvious that she was reacting in the last like 5 to 6 years. And that is also just multiple controversies in of itself, because one, it being barely transformative content, and two, people are now questioning if she's even reacting to begin with or reading off Hey Google.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that for a sec, where the whole thing where it seems like there's some instances where and listen, that's a smart idea. Hey, just give me this reaction here. Like she's just imagine she's at a point now where she just reads a quick script that records some footage, and somebody else just does everything for her. And that's kind of smart, you know. Like it's probably wrong, but it's kind of smart. She's just, imagine just waking up and you get a script and then in 20 minutes you read, oh my God. And that's it. You're done. You're done for the day after the, oh, geez, Luis. I mean, she breaks in like millions of dollars a year. I mean, I kind of respect it. I mean, I don't know if I respect it, but it's ballsy. It's something.
Cool document. And that leaves me with the question, what's the point of being a reaction channel if you're not even going to react? But we have this 23-page complaint that kicked off this lawsuit here, which really exposes how the Sssniperwolf channel was allegedly set up and ran. And this really ruins Sssniperwolf's life as she knows it, because she spent her entire career trying to keep all this hidden. And just
Well, what is it? What is it?
Just like in my other video, I want to give a special thank you to Mad Catster for sending me this document. And I realize this isn't a short complaint, but it is just packed with eye-opening information for how Sssniperwolf's channel is ran, or allegedly ran according to this complaint. Plaintiff, Channel Red, has in all material times been an Arizona limited liability company in good standing that has been doing business in Maricopa County, Arizona. Young is, and at all relevant times mentioned herein, a co-manager and 50% member of Channel Red. Defendant Aaliyah Shalesh.
All right, so is this somebody that's running her channel that we're talking about?
Has at all material times maintained her principal residence in Maricopa County, Arizona. So those are the two main people involved here, Young, who is Sausage, and Aaliyah, who is Sssniperwolf. But starting off with the general allegations, in or about 2010, Young and Shalesh met for the first time while playing the video game Metal Gear Online. During this time frame, in or about 2010, Young and Shalesh exchanged cellular text messages briefly, but otherwise largely ceased communication after a short period of time. In or about 2011, Shalesh began a YouTube channel under the moniker Sexy Sniper. Shalesh's Sexy Sniper YouTube channel had a largely negative reputation and was infamous for posting content. Shalesh's Sexy
What? Boobs? Listen, I've looked for the leaks and I couldn't find them. And don't sit here and go like, wow, you disgusting. No, shut up. As if you didn't.
Sniper YouTube channel was not affiliated.
Do you have any thoughts on the government shutdown? No, of course not. The government's like either not going to shut down, or they'll shut down temporarily. There's no way they're not going to increase the debt ceiling.
With or otherwise related.
Every single time that there's like a vote for increasing the debt, there's always like, oh my god, the government's going to shut down. That's not. It's not gonna happen. One day it will happen, and I'll look like a big stupid idiot.
Leaded to the future SSS Sniperwolf YouTube.
Wait, her name is Sexy Sniperwolf, and then she just changed that to SS Sniperwolf. This kind of still means that her name is Sexy Sniperwolf. No, that's a little weird. Okay.
YouTube channel referenced herein. But both Young and Shalesh have taken measures to ensure that the Sexy Sniper YouTube channel could not be connected to the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Moreover, Shalesh has made an explicit record that Sexy Sniper is not a derivation or otherwise connected to the SSS Sniperwolf moniker or Sniperwolf YouTube channel. In or about December of 2012, Young and Shalesh reconnected through text messages and began regularly exchanging correspondence and communications. In or about January 2013, Young approached Shalesh with an offer to engage a new joint venture. The aforementioned joint venture involved creating a new YouTube channel under the moniker SSS Sniperwolf. The concept behind Sniperwolf YouTube channel that was Young was going to play the video games such as Call of Duty and or Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, and record his gameplay. Young would then prepare a script for each recording for Shalesh to read on camera while acting through that she was playing the recorded gameplay footage. Yeah, I messed that one up. Video game footage. But this already confirms everyone's speculations of, oh, she was faking her gameplay.
Yeah, who cares? Like, I don't think it matters that much. I mean, I don't even care if she was, you know what I mean? Like, if she was, he's just as guilty, by the way. This sausage guy, that's this guy, right? He's just as, he helped her. He's part of the crime. So he's got to do the time, which is nothing, because who cares, really? Oh, I'm going to pretend a girl's playing a game. Like, I don't know, like, what does it matter?
Not that people were really doubting that speculation, but now it's essentially confirmed in a court document, or at least alleged. Young made it clear to Shalesh that the Sniperwolf YouTube channel needed to be a completely independent and separate from Shalesh's prior Sexy Sniper YouTube channel due to the serious negative reputation Shalesh had cultivated through the content on her Sexy Sniper YouTube channel. And also because the content was going to be entirely different and distinct. In or about January 2013, Shalesh agreed to Young's proposal to create the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. On or about January 19th, 2013, Young created and otherwise established the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. To establish the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young utilized a mixture of Young's and Shalesh's biography information, including but not limited to Shalesh's first name, birthday, and gender, and Young's last name and contact information. At the time of creating the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young and Shalesh agreed to split any revenue from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel equally. While Shalesh was the face of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to concept origination and development, script.
So what is this about? The guy wants money or something? Why now of all times? Why is it now that they're suing after Sniperwolf is under controversy? It seems very intentional.
Writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel.
And yeah, these are all allegations. We don't necessarily know if there's a proof in any of this stuff. But okay.
market research and analysis, among other things. So according to this, he was running the channel and she was the face of it. Most notably, the gameplay footage depicted in the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel was played and recorded by Young, while Shalesh merely read and reacted to the gameplay according to those certain concepts and scripts prepared by Young. Although Sssniperwolf YouTube channel had since shifted focused on content other than gameplay footage, Young still plays a pivotal role in the operation of the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel through directing, filming, content gathering, overall strategy, and direction and marketing, among other things. Within months of its creation, the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel began to attract a significant following and to date has over 33 million subscribers on YouTube. Young's involvement and efforts contributed significantly to the initial as well as the ongoing continued success of the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel. Within 2 weeks of establishing the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel, Young entered into an agreement with Fullscreen for ad revenue generated to the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel.
The fuck is full screen?
Yeah,
Is that something that you used to use to give you monetization or something?
Young and Shalesh agreed to and in fact did share the revenue from the 2013 Fullscreen agreement equally. Young and Shalesh received this first payment from Fullscreen in connection with the operation of the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel in or about March of 2013.
So I'm assuming that like that's revenue split from full screen. What the fuck is that? Didn't YouTube have ads since like 2006? What was to even be the point of doing that?
All payments from Fullscreen were sent directly to Young's PayPal account and then split evenly between Young and Shalesh. I still don't know how to say your last name, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. But Young moved to the state of Arizona in about May of 2013 in order to be closer to Shalesh, who already resided in the state of Arizona at the time, to further facilitate both their romantic and business relationship.
Kissing.
Young and Shalesh married in or about May of 2013.
Kissing.
On or about March 29, 2014, Young and Shalesh created an additional YouTube channel under the moniker Mr. Sausage Boy. The Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel was created.
That sounds like a banger. You would understand that joke if you're European, because a banger in Euro trash speak is sausage. So it's pretty fun. It's a pretty funny joke, if you ask me.
In order to depict Young's personal channel separate and distinct from the content posted on the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel. Young and Shalesh agreed to, and in fact did, split all profits arising out of the operation and business of the Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel, just as they had done with the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel. On or about June 4th, 2014, Young and Shalesh also created another YouTube channel under the moniker Little Leah. The Little Leah YouTube channel was created in order to cater to a female-centric audience by and through posting of content related to makeup, designer goods, shopping, and fashion. Young was involved in the operation and success of the Little Leah YouTube channel by and through, among other things, purchasing fashion inventory, directing and filming videos. And
So, okay, are Sssniperwolf divorced? So they've been divorced for a while now. So, like, listen, I don't know. Again, this seems like, listen, I don't know the specifics, but they got divorced in what, like 10 years ago or years ago? I don't know exactly when. But I imagine that if they were business partners together, they pursued a romantic relationship, they got married, my understanding, and I could be wrong, and they got married and then they got divorced, then this is probably something that would have been included in that arrangement. This would have been something that would have been discussed in their divorce agreement, no? This is like a huge thing. So I feel like, and I could be wrong, but what's the point of all this? Like, it just seems like it's an unnecessary thing.
and coordinating marketing efforts, among other things. They also split all the profits to the Little Leah YouTube channel. Collectively, Sssniperwolf YouTube channel, Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel, and the Little Leah YouTube channel will hereinafter be referred to as the prior channels. Both Young and Shalesh retained equal control and joint decision-making involving the prior channels. Profits from the business and operation of the prior channels went into the joint bank account of Young and Shalesh. On or about June 10, 2014, Shalesh entered a revised agreement with Fullscreen for ad revenue generated for the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel. Young and Shalesh agreed to and in fact did share the revenue from the revised 2014 Fullscreen agreement equally. On or about October 20th, 2016, Shalesh entered into an agreement for Google ad revenue generated for the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel. So this essentially means that she used to be
she used to get money from this full screen thing, and now she's getting money from YouTube ad revenue. So I guess the argument is that, like, oh, we agreed to split 50-50, but it wasn't of YouTube ad revenue, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
a part of the network full screen, and then she transferred directly to Google AdSense. And they also split that Google AdSense equally as well. On or about February 8th, 2017, Young and Shalish jointly formed a Channel Red in the state of Arizona. That's the company that he is apparently using to sue her, which she also apparently owns 50% of. Pursuant to the articles of the organization of Channel Red, both Young and Shalish were listed as managers and members of the limited liability company. Pursuant of the articles of the organization of Channel Red, Young was designated as the statutory agent of Channel Red. As of the date or filing of this complaint, both Young and Shalish remain listed as managers and members of Channel Red. As of the date of filing this complaint, Young remains the statutory agent of Channel Red. In organizing and or otherwise establishing Channel Red, Young and Shalish entered to the verbal operating agreement, whereby each of them owned 50% of the membership and
Cool. So it's a verbal agreement. They have no proof of it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
interest in Channel Red, and agreed to split all profits arising from the business and operations of Channel Red equally. Pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement, Young and Shalish were to maintain equal access to all associated YouTube channels, as well as joint decision-making in regards to the business and operations of Channel Red, including but not limited to creating, posting content.
So, like, at worst, this doesn't actually threaten anything. This just potentially means that she has to split her revenue with this guy. Potentially. Alright, this doesn't really ruin Sniperwolf's channel. She's making an egregious amount of money regardless. She could take like fucking 5% of that and still make a ridiculous amount of money. Is this an actual lawsuit that was filed, or is this just like allegations? I wonder. But either way, it's like legal nonsense that doesn't have any real, like, it doesn't really matter.
As well as entering into potential business opportunities. Following the creation of Channel Red, Young and Shalish jointly as a married couple enjoyed a significant success relating to the business and operation of Sniperwolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to engaging in numerous sponsorship brand deals and receiving prestigious awards such as the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Gamer in 2019 and 2020. Upon information and belief from the time of formation of Channel Red in 2017 until about September of 2022. All revenues from Channel Red was deposited into Young and Shalish's joint bank account with Channel Red and were shared equally.
I mean, to me, what's again, I'm not like a lawyer, it doesn't really matter what I say, but to me, if all their revenue is put into a particular bank account and then it stopped doing that, that sounds like there's probably a specific reason. Like, why would this be happening now? I just feel like, okay, they separated finances. I don't know.
Equally between Young and Shalish pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement. Under information and belief from the time of formation of Channel Red in 2017 until about September of 2022, Young and Shalish maintained joint control and decision-making in regards to the business and operations of Channel Red pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement. And during the same period of time, they had equal access to the YouTube channels. In or about September 2022, Young and Shalish separated or otherwise terminated their romantic relationship. Sure. So that must be the catalyst for all this, because I'm assuming...
Were they legitimately married or no? Like, my understanding is they might just was Sniper Wolf married? I guess they were they? Oh, they weren't even married. Okay, so I'm fucking dumb. I thought they were married. Why did I think that they were married? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just an idiot then. Fuck me.
Assuming that Sniperwolf no longer wants to be involved with Sausage and have them take 50% of her business when, according to this complaint, they made it. They own it 50-50.
Well, that doesn't really... I mean, like...
50%.
If they own it 50-50, that's fine, but it is her channel more than anything else. Like, like, there's literally nothing behind those eyes, okay? There's no... The content of Sniperwolf is finding TikToks and going, oh! There's no... It's not like there's this... you know, incredible deep-seated level of intelligence that anybody behind the scenes is bringing. In fact, I think the channel thrives on not having any intelligence attached to it. That is like literally the claim to fame for that channel, is just being as dumb and fucking watered down as possible for little kids to go, wow, it's flashing lights and colors and a girl. You know, that's it. So, it's really... It's almost funny to me, not from a legal perspective, from like a moral perspective, to be like, yeah, this is part of my channel. I came up with this idea. It's like, idea? What is it that you're referring to, sir? You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
But it also says here it was done via a verbal contract, so that makes things interesting as well. But
really.
following the termination of the romantic
It
relationship,
makes things stupid. You shouldn't have done a verbal contract.
Shalish began actively taking steps to lock Young out of their business relationship conducted through.
She says she pays people to edit her videos and put them together. Yeah, of course. Like, he doesn't do, there's nothing that even if he is 50% owner, if he is, whatever, legally. He doesn't do anything. What does he do? Like, there's nothing to do. I could do what I get, like, the editing job. Like, there's no work that this editor has to do. That's it. It's like they just have to put some. They probably get sent a video of Sssniperwolf reacting, and then they play. It's basically a puzzle game. Like, my fucking 65-year-old mother would actually enjoy it. It'd be like a puzzle. Okay, match this audio with this video, right? Because she's not doing it to the live video. Maybe. There's a 50% chance of that, right? So it's like a fun little game. She probably just sends it off to, like, people in a retirement home to do the work for her, because this way she does. They can just have. It's stimulating. It's stimulating for them to be like, okay, where does this go? So, I mean, whatever. I mean, catch your bag, I guess. But I don't know. For me, it seems interesting that this is the time that it comes out, now that there's a lot of heat over Sniperwolf. So I wonder if this is just meant to, I don't know, garner sympathy or something.
Channel Red. Following termination of the romantic relationship, Shalish unilaterally conspired with Channel Red's brand manager, Kevin Gold, to seek and enter into business agreements and or brand deals with certain companies, including but not limited to G Fuel, without disclosing the details of said arrangements to Young. Yeesh. Well, that's not good for business agreements. And
why would this matter? So allegedly, based on this, they had the channel, and then they also had a channel manager. He split up, or the two of them split up, and then she and her manager discussed getting a G Fuel partnership. Why would they need to disclose that information to this other guy, Young? Like, why would he need to know about the G Fuel? Why use the word conspired? They conspired to get an advertiser. Why does that matter? The issue wouldn't be them getting an advertiser. The issue would be that you're not getting paid if you feel like you're legally entitled to it. So how is this like a? Why would we call this like a conspiring? Oh, they conspired against me. Seems ridiculous.
And or brand deals with certain companies, including but not limited to G Fuel, without disclosing the details of said arrangements to Young. Yeesh. Well, that's not good for business.
Why?
Allegedly conspired.
Why would that not be good for business? If they have a manager, what does this Young guy even do? He seems useless. I thought he was supposed to have been the manager. What is the reason for his existence if he's not the manager? It doesn't make any sense to me. I thought that was like the whole thing was like, yeah, he's Mr. Manager. But apparently he wasn't Mr. Manager. Some people say it's just manager, but
firing against your business partners, that's a good way to get sued. And here we are. Young explicitly made it clear to Shalish that these unilateral brand deals could potentially negatively impact Channel Red due to pending litigation surrounding the termination of the romantic relationship.
Why would they have a negative impact on the channel just because they have a termination of their relationship? It was, what?
Shalish retained all profits from these unilateral brand deals, including but not limited to those with G Fuel and separate bank accounts, including but not limited to the certain bank account with First Republic Bank, account number, without disturbing any portions of the profits to Young through Channel Red or otherwise. Despite repeated attempts by Young to discuss the operations of Channel Red with the brand manager Kevin Gold, Mr. Gold has refused to provide Young with any request details, including but not limited to potential brand deals, merchandising opportunities, or sponsorship opportunities pertaining to Channel Red. Additionally, on or about September 12, 2022, Shalish unilaterally created the YouTube channel Sniperwolf Top Videos, Sniperwolf Espanol, Sniperwolf, I'm assuming that's Arabic, and Sniperwolf Francais. I butchered that. Collectively, and
I mean, it's smart to make different channels for different languages. So
subsequent channels. The subsequent channels post compilations or translations of existing Sniperwolf YouTube channel videos, and therefore are clear derivations of the existing Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Channel content owned and operated by Channel Red. The subsequent channels have at this of this filing accumulated over 100 million views and accrued over $1.2 million in estimated revenue. So TLDR, Sausage is missing out on a bag. Despite Young and Shalish still being married and oh, they're still married right now.
Oh, they are married? What the oh, I'm so confused. Okay.
I guess there's an ongoing divorce or something then. But they're still married and joint owners of
If they're still married, then who gives a shit? You fucking idiot. Wait, they're still married. None of this matters then. Why does any of this matter if they're still married? It would be the collection of both their finances. And once you file for divorce, you'd be entitled to 50% of that. Because it's stuff that was accrued after the marriage, unless you signed like a hefty prenup. But like what does this matter? They're still married. This is so fucking stupid. This doesn't even make sense then. If these guys are still married, it's his money anyway.
Channel Red. Shalish unilaterally created the subsequent YouTube channels for the express purpose of diverting income from the...
This just, I confirmed right now, this just seems like he's filing this lawsuit to try to, so that he can use this in a divorce court. He can be like, I had to file a lawsuit because I want this money or something, like an official grievance for the money. Like this just seems like this is just the ramping up of what's going to be a very petty divorce.
Sssniperwolf YouTube channel content once the dissolution of the marriage was finalized. Young is an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red, expressly objected to the...
And clearly he's not at all.
Is an equal Sssniperwolf
YouTube channel once...
YouTube subsequent divorce or something. Young and revenue. So TLDR, Sausage is missing out on a bag. Despite Young and Shalish still being married and joint... Oh, they're still married right now. I guess there's an ongoing divorce or something then. But they're still married and joint owners of Channel Red. Shalish unilaterally created the subsequent YouTube channels for the express purpose of...
Or maybe they were married at the time that they created this. This whole thing is just so dumb.
Diverting income from the Sssniperwolf YouTube channel content once the dissolution of the marriage was finalized.
That wouldn't matter.
Young is an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red, expressly objected to the creation of the subsequent channels on the grounds that the subsequent channels stood to potentially divert and or otherwise detract viewers from Sniper.
Is he fucking drunk? He keeps slurring words.
Wolf YouTube channel, thereby causing
potentially divert or otherwise direct viewers from the Sssniperwolf. This doesn't even make sense. She wouldn't make these other channels to push people. So his argument here, and if you're an old dumb fucking boomer judge, you'll fall for it. The argument here is that she made these other channels explicitly to remove, to reduce the views on her main channel, which was split 50-50, in an attempt to undermine his, like, undermines the fucking Sausage's income generation. But that makes no sense. Having a sniper video in French wouldn't divert English viewers. So that's not the intent of it. If anything, it would be to empower the main channel. Especially, I think they reference making a clips channel. So this is just like legal bullshit. Like this is all purely like sensationalized legal argument, which is how legal arguments tend to work. You'll sensationalize in your direction, in advocation for yourself, and then the other individual will generally, since like, you know, I use the word sensationalize, but will generally go like in the complete opposite direction. Then you'll meet somewhere in the middle based on your lawyers.
Causing damage to Channel Red and Young. Nevertheless, Shalish unilaterally created and continues to maintain the subsequent channels despite the direct and express objection from Young as an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red. To date, Shalish still runs them. To date, Shalish has provided no accounting or financial information in regards to those subsequent channels. To date, Young has received no portion of the profits from them. To date, Shalish has refused to provide Young with access or information relating to the subsequent channels. In or about September 2022, Shalish locked Young out of the Channel Red's Instagram social media account, which Young had previously utilized to help grow Channel Red's social media following.
Yeah, which Young had previously utilized, because you probably weren't anymore. It's very clear that they were splitting each other up. They were splitting up, and this is Sniperwolf's channel. Even if he had some level of ownership, I wouldn't doubt that they bought him out of the contract or something. I don't really care. Sue if you want, but this whole thing just seems stupid as fuck. Who cares?
And presence. To date, Young remained locked out of Channel Red's Instagram social media account. Oh, she took his hard drives? Whoa, wait, okay, wait, whoa. On or about September
Yeah, that makes sense. If he had her stuff on his hard drives, it's
October 27, 2022, without knowledge of a prior authorization from Young, Shalish took from the jointly owned residence on Happy Valley Road certain hard drives and phones belonging to Channel Red or Young collectively. Yo, what the I was like, wait, that rings a bell. Yeah, I used to live in Scottsdale, so funny enough, I used to live.
Why is any of this like a whoa moment to you? Like none of this matters. I mean, like if he's in the right and he's suing, good, you give him some money. But it sounds like who gives a singular fuck about any of this? It sounds like they were no longer merged. They were ending their business relationship, and it's really not any more complicated than that. It's not a big deal.
Very close to them. What the Fun fact, the music video thing I made for my Area 51 meme back in like 2019, I filmed probably like 2 minutes away from Happy Valley Road. I realize it's a pretty long road, but yeah, 2 minutes from that road. But the devices contain sensitive company or corporate data associated with Channel Red and its operations, including but not limited to significant evidence of Young's involvement in the business and operations of Sssniperwolf YouTube channel.
What? How would the devices show significant evidence of Young's involvement? What were they filming a porn together? What would possibly be on there that would say that they are? What would be on there? I don't understand.
Wasn't Sniperwolf actually caught stealing like over a decade ago? So I guess once a thief, allegedly maybe a thief again. Yeah, she was.
Or maybe this is like a big nothing. This is one of those weird aspects of this situation, is that because Sniperwolf is effectively universally hated, you can say pretty much whatever you want about her, and nobody's going to give a fuck. Bro, come on, you want to fuck with me, dude? But yeah, nobody's going to like care at all. Damn, I wish. Okay. Nobody's really going to care or be like, oh my god, I can't believe that you're doing that. Like, it's just a whole dumb thing.
Arrested on armed robbery charges. Yo. Oh, they were also charged in 2016 for fighting. The more you know. Because both Aaliyah and Evan were arrested, it seems like, the second time. So did they just have like a public fight with each other? Yeesh. But upon the unauthorized taking and subsequent withholding of the devices, Young changed the password and login. Oh, he changed the Oh, wow. Okay. So he still has access to the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. So Young changed the password and login credentials of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel out of fear that Shalish would upload, delete, or otherwise
okay, cool.
modify content from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, which could directly impact and harm Channel Red and Young. Young has since provided Shalish with the necessary login credentials to access the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. My guess here is he made her a manager on one of her new accounts, but he still owns the main account that controls the channels. Interesting. Despite repeated demand from Young, Shalish initially refused to return the devices unless Young took extreme and unnecessary measures, such as agreeing to execute a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, so he had an NDA with her, I'm assuming then. So in or about March of 2023, Shalish finally agreed to, and in fact did return the device.
Well, it didn't sound like they had an NDA.
Is agreeing to
so agreeing to execute, and it sounded like okay, whatever, I don't care.
Execute. In or about March 2023, Shalish finally agreed to, and in fact did return the devices to Young. On or about October 20th, 2022, Young filed a petition for dissolution of non-covenant marriage without children in Maricopa County. So that's just a divorce. As of the date of filing the complaint, the dissolution proceedings remain ongoing. As of the date of filing this complaint, Shalish and Young remain married. So now for the counts. Count 1 is breach of fiduciary duty. Count 2 is breach of contract. Count 3 is breach of implied covenant in good faith and fair dealing. Count 4 is tortious interference with the contractual relations and business expectancy. Count 5 would be conversion. Count 6 is accounting. Count 7 is appointment of receiver. So this is going to be very interesting.
So basically, they're having a divorce, and we've now made it content. So lucky us, huh? How fucking weird is this, man? Like, Jesus Christ. And I'm going to assume that this person did their... I don't know who the guy is. I mean, I can only assume that the guy was trying to get this out there to make it content so people would talk about it, to get this into like the public like framing or the public narrative, so that it would be debated on the court of public opinion and see if that would have any impact on the case in general or something. This whole thing seems so stupid, though. This is just their divorce. It's going to be a messy divorce, like a lot of divorces and breakups are messy. It's par for the course, you know.
Thing to watch unfold because she's going to have to respond to this at some point. She had a massive cash cow.
Why would she ever have to respond to any of this? What are you talking about? She would respond to it in court.
Going for a long time. I mean, it's still going, but now she's risking it by wanting to go separate from her ex, which also is understandable that you don't want to give your ex a 50% kickback perpetually for your entire career. But they started it together as a business, so I see both sides here. Either way, though, it seems like in September of 2022, her life as she knew it changed forever. And divorces by themselves are ugly enough, so I can only imagine when you also have a company generating potentially millions of dollars monthly. Oh, wow. I didn't even see. Okay, so if you go to her social blade, there's actually a massive decline. From the month they broke up, the channel has dropped like 50% in their average monthly views.
Maybe. Were you trying to say that their divorce had a significantly negative impact? I mean, maybe it did, or maybe it didn't, and that's just monthly trends being monthly trends.
Wow, that is actually way more than I expected.
What are you even talking about? This list is this. Okay, this is, who cares? What the fuck is this?
Percent in their average monthly views. Okay. Wow, that is actually way more than I expected. So Sausage might have actually had a massive role in creating her content, or maybe,
first of all, no, we know that because her content is dog shit. Second of all, it's more likely that she was sad and uploaded less, or had an like. What are you? Bro, I hate this type of shit. Whoa, YouTube views go up and down. Oh fuck! Here's a graph. You know, it's like, okay, cool. That is a graph. You're right.
Helping her run her channel all the way up until they broke up. Because in this lawsuit he mentioned, he was saying that he was worried that she was going to start diverting views to other channels so she could make more money.
And but that made no sense. We already knew that made absolutely no sense because the channels she created were either like plug channels that were some kind of like shorts-esque type of a thing, or channels in different languages. So
might actually be seeing the results of that here, because on August of 2022 she gained 541 million views, and now August of 2023, 1 year later, she gained 233 million views.
Well, that's the end of Sniperwolf, guys. Holy shit.
Which is still a massive bag, but it's a 50% decline in just 1 year. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.